Hey there. Um, Hope everyone's doing well today. I am. It is National Puppy Day, and my puppy has been a pain in the butt all day. It's like she knows. Anyway, I'm gonna do a multi-layered earring today. So it involves a couple of different things. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I have rolled out 3 different colors. I have this white, this light blue, and this beige. I've rolled them all out on a 3. The 2 little pieces over here are little because you don't need that much. I tend to use only what I need. I don't like a whole bunch of excess and everything, so I usually just roll out whatever I need. So we are painting, of course, as we do. So I have my favorite brush. I need a name for this brush because it's so loyal and it's my favorite brush, and I hope nothing ever happens to it. Anyway, so I've got my regular alcohol inks, and I'll show you the colors in just a minute that I'm using. The tip of this white is so crazy because it takes on its own color on the top. Every single time I use it, sometimes it's pink, sometimes it's blue, and I don't even touch it on my brush, so I don't know how that happens. But anyway, so I have sky blue. I'm going to start with that one. And I'm just going to do stripes. Clean off the brush in between each time. And white, I guess I should have shaken these better. I'm going to do white in between each color, just because I like to. You don't have to, but I just like how it looks. And then brown, regular brown. And then white. And then I have a gray blue. See, that's why I like the white in between each, because then it gives that next color a place to bleed into instead of just onto the brown or onto the blue. That's the reason I do that. If they had a clear, I would use that. And then white. And then I'm going to do brown again. And white. And then back to this sky blue. So there we have it. That's how that's gonna look. Let that dry for a second. And I'm only cutting the base earrings with this particular one. And the reason I'm doing them so thin, normally I do everything on the thickest setting, but these are all on number 3, is because there's going to be 3 layers. So if I did all 3 layers with that thickest setting, it would be, your earrings would be that fat. They still wouldn't be heavy because they're clay. Excuse me. But it would be it would be pretty thick. So we're gonna do them on the thinnest setting. That's how that looks. Turns out pretty. I could just frame that and keep it like that. I love how that looks. So we'll put that there. Oh, I'm gonna keep this paper towel. I'm gonna really quickly, while this is drying, take my little blue piece, because this is gonna be the middle layer. And I know it's teeny tiny, but I am gonna silk screen this. I have this, please don't comment on how terrible this looks. I use it a lot. But I'm going to be cutting, no I'm not, there's not nearly enough. Let me get some more. All right, I checked that before I silk screened it. Let me just make some more. Oh darn, this was gonna be the top one, so forget that. I'm gonna just roll that out. Okay, that's the top one. This is the one I was gonna silk screen. Sorry guys. So I do have enough for 2 squares, I think. Golly. Give myself much room. I think I have enough there. Okay, so I'm gonna silk screen this with my very dirty, but it still works, silk screen. I like this little piece of flowers right there. Just kind of burnish that on. I'm actually going to do it straight on the tile. For some reason that's being weird, of course, because I'm recording. Okay, and goodness gracious, I'm having a time today. I don't even know where that landed. Okay, and then I'm just using, there it is, using regular acrylic paint, and this is a robin egg blue. If you can see that. Regular acrylic. It's not a good day unless I'm covered in paint by the end of it. Okay, so this tiny little piece, I'm going to silk screen. Just press that on there really well. And there we go. I'm gonna pause this while I go clean this off. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. These are dry, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut out my stuff. I decided to use the little teardrop with this. So let's see. You want the biggest one obviously to be the biggest, and then you want to go down a size. I'm going to put this like this, so it's going to look like a diamond on top of that. And then I have a little flower that's a mess, that's going to go on top of that. So that's how I'm going to layer mine. So let's cut this out. I like this little piece here. I like that. Okay. And then I'll do this. Oh, it's hard to decide. Let's see. All right, I'll do that. There. Okay. So that's what I have for those. I'm going to spray this with a little bit of alcohol because this is old. I actually got new razor blades, tissue blades, but I haven't broken them out yet. So just spray the blade a little bit. Makes them slide on more easier. And you don't squinch up your design. Sometimes you can do it and the clay gets stuck in there. It's all squinchy looking. So it's better to do it that way. And I'm just patting down my edges because it's less work after it's baked. Laying it on my tile, my baking tile over here. And I would show you my baking tile, but I have some surprise things on there, so I kind of don't want to show you yet. But I will do one where I show you, I think I've shown you my baking tile before. And I will in a future video, because a couple people have asked about that, so. So there's those. Let me do the little flowers. I'm just going to do 2 flowers. And these will be the very top design. This is, I got these little flowers, and there's a whole set of, there's probably 30 different ones. These are fondant, fondant cutters. So you can find those on Amazon, and they were super inexpensive. I'll put a link to them in the description. If I forget, someone please just, if you go and look and you're looking for them, just shoot me a quick comment or message and say, hey, you forgot to put that in the description, and I can put it in there. Because sometimes I do that. My son points it out to me all the time. You told him you were going to link something and you never did it. Okay. 2 little flowers. I love these little silicone tools. They're not necessarily for clay. I think they're for doing nails. I can link those also. But I use one for resin, and I love this flat one just to kind of get these little tiny in places to get those to lay in, so that you don't have to do as much sanding afterwards. So I'm going to cut these. This is my middle piece. See how much nicer it just slides, and you don't squish up your pieces when you just spray it real quick. I always keep a bottle of, this is alcohol and water mixed. I keep that on the table because sometimes also if I'm just using regular alcohol ink and I want the design to do something crazy, I'll just spray it real quick and it goes all over the place. Kind of how I came up with my spray. So, okay, those are all fixed up and they're on the tile ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and bake those, and then we're going to assemble them. I will do everything. I won't just come back with the finished product. We'll assemble them here, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. These are all baked, and this is how they look. One way, just a quick, because I see people ask this all the time, one way to know if your clay is cured is that it bends. See how this bends? It's very flexible. If it is brittle, it is not cured. Some people think that that means that it's cured, but actually the bendiness means that it's cured. Because you don't want these to be brittle or they'll snap right in half. So that is how you can tell that you have completely cured. I always bake everything at 275 for 45 minutes. I don't do anything thick or anything like that. My stuff is the max that I do is the thickest on the pasta machine. So that's just what works for me. I use my regular home oven. That's pretty much the only thing that gets baked in my home oven. So that's what I do. So real quick, I already looked at these. The edges look really good because I did all my housekeeping beforehand. So this is all smooth. These look good. There's a couple of little areas on these daisies because they're not a great cutter. I need to use my little light. So I'm going to try to do it so that you guys can also see. I do use two of these, or I have two of these. I love them. They're little handhelds. I can't tell you the last time I actually charged them. They hold a charge so long. But I keep my buffer on one and then my drill on the other because they're different sizes and it requires like taking out things and everything. So I just got two. They're inexpensive enough. I can link these also. Hopefully I'll remember to do that. But I just have this little buffer sander thing on here, and it's good for just getting in the little nooks and crannies. So I'm going to just do that real quick. I hope you can see this. I'm going to try to do it so that you can see also. Kind of awkward, but I just need to get in these little nooks here real quick. Someone asked me to show how I finish things, so I am doing that. So I just wanted to get into that little nook. I'm going to drill my holes. This is how I'm going to have these laid out. I kind of want to set them up. Let me move this. I kind of want to set them up before I actually do it so that I can just take it and then drill. But that's how that's going to look. And I'm going to do this one since it's kind of bare up at the top there. So it'll be like that. So I get them how I want them to be, and then I go ahead and I drill the holes with this one. I do it on the lowest setting. It's you don't need to crank it up too high. The flower is just going to be right in the center. Ooh, this will be tricky. This one's going to be at the top corner. I'm going to do this top corner up here. And then at the top up here. Okay. And the same with these. Wow, these tiny little daisies. Okay, so that's that for those. So now that I got them all mixed up, but that's okay. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so how I make these. I use these 2-inch head pins, 2-inch head pin, and a little daisy spacer. Put that on first. Then I'm going to put the daisy that I made, the middle piece, and then the base piece, so that it's like so. like this. And hopefully I'll be able to do this on camera for you guys. But I hold the front of this like so, and then I just take my nail and bend this up and kind of a little bit past. So it's like that. Like that. I take a paintbrush, just kind of lay it over top like this, and bend it around the paintbrush, like so. And then for the bottom, you can trim that if you want. It's kind of long. I just take some pliers and do a quick little bend like that. And you can keep it like that, or you can, like I said, you can snip it off if you want it shorter. I kind of like it longer. That's just me. But that's how that looks. If you can see that. And that's it on the side. But it dangles really nice and everything moves when you're walking and everything. So that's how it looks. So I'll do the other one. Take the head pin, the daisy spacer, the daisy, the centerpiece, and the base. And just hold the front, get your nail in there, bend it around like so, and then hold that and bend it around a paintbrush or just something round. I have these paintbrushes out here already, so I just use those. So it's like so, and then just put a little kink at the end like that. So that's it. That's how those look. Boom, 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 boom. And then that's how they look on the side. And they hang really nice. They're super comfortable to wear. So there you go. That's the multi-layered earrings. They're so fun to make. I made probably 6 pair yesterday. They will be on $10 Fridays on my website, traysclay.com, in 2 days. Every Friday I have $10 Fridays, and still can get Trays Clay spray on my site. That's still available, obviously. I just sent out a whole bunch of orders, so I thank you guys for supporting me. I appreciate it. If you like my tutorials, please subscribe. I try to do about 4, sometimes 5 a week. So, all right, guys, have a great day. See you soon.